Hey everybody, this is Fat Daddy.
And Big Mama with Big and Fat
And then a moon.
and Anna Moon. Um, so tonight's video, we are going to talk a little bit about adoption, and more so like what's appropriate and what's not. And so Savannah is going to start us off and talk about a question that she's asked a lot and that's inappropriate, and why it's inappropriate.
A question that I get asked a lot is, who's your real mom? Well, I have a biological mom, but a biological mom and a real mom are two different things. She is my real mom because she is the one who takes care of me. My biological mom is just the one who birthed me. So, and then when I'll tell them, like, she is my real mom, they'll be like, but no, who's your real mom? I'm like, she is. like, and
Yeah, so asking someone who their biological parents are is not appropriate. Oftentimes, those parents can't even be named for legal purposes, or the child themselves may not even know what their birth parents' names are. And so, um, that's something that we should really teach our children not to ask about. Um, is is who those birth parents are, um, because that is like picking off a scab every time that a child that's adopted is asked those questions. So, you want to go next?
I can. Another thing that is inappropriate is asking, uh, like, say someone was to ask me about, uh, about Savannah, if they were like, well, where did she come from? Like, do you know her? Do you know her parents? And just a lot of things like that that are extremely inappropriate to ask because it's really
And
no
even
one's
why,
business.
like why they chose to give them up for adoption.
Right. Why? Uh, yeah. Why they chose to give them up for adoption. I've been asked why did you uh, adopt her and just things of that nature. And it's like they're it's just extremely inappropriate questions. It's really nobody's business. You know you're more than welcome to ask. Who was your lawyer? Who helped? Who was your lawyer that helped you with the adoption? Um, did you go through an agency? Did you go through an adoption agency? Things of that nature. Those questions are fine. Those are appropriate questions. But
And
asking,
more so like what agency,
right, right,
like it doesn't, it's really not anyone's business if you use an agency or not, but people are often curious about,
yeah,
what agency did you go through and have the best luck with,
right.
those kind of things.
But it's just a lot of people will just ask extremely inappropriate questions, and it's like a lot of it is they're just being nosy, and they don't want to ask to be educated. They just want to be nosy so they can have something to gossip about.
My turn.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a huge one for me. So something that I am said a whole that is said to me a whole lot, um, is, um, well, I hope they got fixed. Well, I hope they don't have any more kids. Well, I hope they don't have kids. Things of that nature, like speaking on the birth mom. Here is the thing, and I need you guys to hear this super, super loud and clear. Another woman's reproductive right, like reproductive system, is not our business. Period. That's it. If, like we're just going to speak on Savannah because she's here. If Savannah's birth mom chose to go and have 17 more children that she gave up for adoption after Savannah, that is not our business. If she chose to have no more kids after Savannah, that is not our business. If she had, you know, if she, no matter if she had more kids and kept them, not our business. None of that is the business of anyone else. It is not, you know, that saying that is extremely insensitive. is extremely in violation of, you know, the birth mother's rights. Like, that is not okay at all. And I need you guys to really, really understand that. That is a huge one that so many people ask about. Furthermore, it is not our responsibility or business for even us to say anything to that birth mom. Like, that is not, all of that is extremely inappropriate. With all that being said, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and tell you that we have not talked about that with at least one of our girls' birth moms. But it's still inappropriate. That isn't okay. And even though we've done it, like, I'm admitting fault here. That's a conversation that we've had. I mean, it was kind of a conversation that we were brought into and asked about, but regardless,
We still had that conversation.
we had that conversation. But it's not our business. None whatsoever. So please, please remember that, if nothing else. A woman's reproductive system is not anyone's business except for that woman. I went on a whole soapbox about that. Okay. Can y'all think of anything else?
Any other things that annoy you that people ask about being adopted?
Can you think of anything? So that's 3 big ones. I'm sure that I could come up with a whole laundry list.
Yeah, I'm sure I can think
Of
of other
them?
ones. I'm just
Um,
off the top of my head.
but I mean, basically, like, if it does not pertain to, like, the legalities of adoption, like the steps to adopt, it is none of your business. You are not asking that to be informed. You are asking that to be nosy. I am the queen of nosy. Okay, so I'm not getting on to anybody for being nosy, but that's what you're doing. You're just
Never knew.
never knew.
I didn't
You're
either.
just doing that to be
Just
nosy,
found it out.
and
Shocker.
it's just not your business. You know, whenever you ask those questions, you're invading. Not if you ask me those questions, you're not just invading my privacy as their parent, but you're invading their privacy as the child and birth mom's privacy. You know, for that, there's so many legalities that go into this stuff. I mean, those of you who have asked us these inappropriate questions, most of the time you get the answer that we are not legally allowed to discuss that, and that's the truth.
Yep.
You know, and even if we were legally able to discuss it, we are not going to, simply because that violates our children's privacy, and we're not going to violate the privacy of our children. So just keep that in mind, like, when you're asking questions. Is this informative, or is this just because I'm being nosy? You know, yeah. But lawyer, like you said, lawyer, agencies, things like that. That's stuff that you need to know.
Yeah, if you're wanting to know information of how to go about doing the process of adoption, that's one thing. But if you're just asking extremely personal questions to just satisfy your own curiosity, don't do that.
And let me say this too. I mean, if you want to ask Dwaylen and I what attorney we used or something like that, I will go ahead and tell you guys we did not use an agency for our girls. Either one. We knew their birth mothers. But if you wanted, if you wanted to ask us who our attorney was, agencies, things like that, that's fine. But if you are really serious about adoption and about adopting, contact the attorney. Like, a simple Google search is going to tell you, adoption attorneys in the area, and that's who you need to talk to, because our experience is going to be different from the next, and different from the next, and different from the next. Everyone's, this is very individualized.
Even our experiences between our 2 girls was
Totally different.
completely different.
Yeah. And so, I just think that that's really, I mean, if you're serious about it, an attorney is who you need to talk to, not adoptive parents. There are people who foster to adopt. There are people who adopt after birth. There are people who adopt straight from the hospital. Like there's just so much variety and variance, and all of that is going to be different for each experience. So,
Betty, you got
anything else you want to say?
add? You
No. Is being adopted pretty cool?
No.
Yeah. So like I ask my like Savannah, Abby's really not old enough, but I'll ask Savannah questions like, how do you feel about being adopted? And I ask Caden questions like, how do you feel about having, like being autistic? And both of them are like, I feel the same. Like she doesn't know anything else. Like, I'm her mom and that's her dad and that's it. Caden's like, but I've been autistic my whole life. So, that would be like asking Dwaylen, well, how do you feel about being black? I mean, he's just been black his whole life. Or asking me, how do you feel about being a woman? I've been a woman my whole life. So it's not really these kids. I think there was
I'm trying. Thank you.
someone just screamed really. I don't really know what's going
That
on.
didn't come from in there. That came from somewhere.
Yeah,
No,
someone
that
screamed
did come
outside of the
from her.
house.
That did come from her. She keeps wearing the skates and falling. They both do.
Oh. Okay.
That was Ivy.
We have a couple extra kids tonight. Sorry, we got sidetracked.
They're bad.
So anyway, they kind of give me the answers that, I mean, they don't know what it feels like because this is just life for them. Is that right? Yeah. But I mean, do you got the greatest mom in the world? We talked about the other night. Did you watch the video the other night about how pleasant I am?
I didn't make it that far.
She's a peach.
So am I pleasant? A
Sure.
delight. Is that what I said? I'm a delight.
You said you were
I'm
delight. I
delightful.
said you were a peach.
Am I delightful?
I cannot confirm or deny.
Savannah! Come get her. Am I delightful?
I cannot confirm or deny.
Savannah. Am I delightful?
No.
Man. You know that's on video.
That's
isn't it?
okay. She's still alive. I'm very delightful.
No, you're not.
Are you delightful?
Yes. I am delightful to be around.
Savannah Moon.
I am.
Well, so we know this one lies.
All the time.
Why are you kicking? Because you've been in trouble a few times for lying. Let me tell y'all what she lies
I'm
about.
delightful.
No.
I'm going to tell them what you lie about.
No.
This is supposed to be about adoption, and here we go because I don't have a list. See? Savannah lies about her chores. She'll say, yeah, Mom, my chores are done because she wants to be on her phone. I mean, her chores to wash the dishes. I can see them. From almost anywhere in the house, I can see dishes. So she's real smart.
All I do is tell you they're done in advance to them being done. 'Cause
Tells
I'm
me-
going to do them.
Oh.
You know you're.
Okay.
You know you just incriminated yourself on video.
What?
What?
So the next time she's grounded. I don't want to hear y'all taking up for her.
Just run this video back.
Run this video back that she said, I just tell you in advance that they're done.
I'm going to do them.
Oh, while you were gone at Fifi's, I washed your dishes.
I know. I have picture proof.
Yeah, so we got our 3 back plus 2 extra.
They're not here till the morning now. So
Yeah, they're just here for one night.
they're about to go to bed.
So, yeah. All right. Sign us off.
I guess that's it.
I'm good.
Come on, tell them.
them.
Sign it off, Betty.
All
right, guys.
Abby. When you
What was that?
are done with her,
All right. Till next time. When you know better.
do better.
See you later.
Bye.